With YNW Melly headed to trial for witness tampering in just a few weeks, I decided to go back and watch the interview that Mariah Hamilton did a few years ago with Lauren Crime because I don't see nobody talking about it now. And if you don't know who Mariah Hamilton is, Mariah is Melly's ex-girlfriend. At the time of the murders of Sack and Juvie, she was one of the people who he allegedly called first. She's the person that he called first on FaceTime and told everything that happened. And according to reports, Melly told her that he had been involved in a drive-by shooting, his friends were dead, and that he was hiding in the woods, scared for his life and needed help. Over the years, it's been hard to even locate Mariah. She refused to show up to court. She avoided testifying, and it eventually got so serious that the court placed her on an ankle monitor. And two, Mariah never took the stand, but her mother did. And when her mom testified, she walked back nearly everything that she told Detective Moretti in 2018. Suddenly, there was a memory loss, confusion, and claims that the original statement was forced. That's what her mom said. And today, we're going to go back to the Law and Crime interview Mariah did with her mom and their attorney because he was present. And I'm going to break down a few moments that just stood out to me and explain why this interview really raises more questions than answers, if we're being honest. And if you're new to the channel, hit the like button, subscribe, share this video. It's T-RaeTv. Over here, I don't spin narratives. I just say what I see. Let's go. Mariah Hamilton never showed up to court during the 2022 trial, but Lauren Crime was able to get her in an interview with her mother, and their attorney was sitting right there too. And this interview started with Mariah explaining why nobody has seen or heard from her in so long. Y'all check
You guys haven't seen or heard from me because I'm currently wanted. I've tried to get the warrant lifted plenty of times, but it's just been like a constant battle with my lawyer and the prosecutor. So I've just been, laying low trying to get the warrant lifted before I could even come in and, speak my part.
Her explanation already feels off because while she say she just wanted to, be done with this situation, the court didn't see it that way. They saw you refusing to cooperate. She said she was told that she would be charged as an accessory, and she later filed a complaint against Detective Moretti, the lead investigator at the time. And according to her, when Detective Moretti first came to her house, it was unexpected. She said he wanted her to go on tape and basically say things that she didn't want to say.
The situation first happened. Me and my mom was I was threatened. I was 17, about to turn 18. They came to my house. They were telling me that they were going to arrest me with accessory after the fact. My mom didn't know what to do. I was young. I didn't have a criminal record. I didn't have a background. I was trying to go to the military at the time, so I had to just tell them what they wanted to hear so they could leave me alone, which I thought they would leave me alone, but they didn't. So, yeah.
Why did they think that you were a part of what happened?
Because I was his girlfriend at the time. So they thought that I knew more than what I was telling them that I knew, which I didn't. So they were just harassing me, being that I was his ex-girlfriend or girlfriend at the time. So,
when you say Mark Moretti was harassing you, what was he saying to you? What was he doing?
When he first came to my house, it was so unexpectedly. I had put up with my cousin, and they were outside my house, parked. And I'm like, I was confused. I'm like, what's going on or whatever. I'm asking someone what's going on. She was like, they want to talk to you. You have to talk to them. They're threatening, saying that you're going to go to jail. So I'm like, oh my gosh. I end up telling him my story. I told him what I knew. He told me that I was lying. He told me that I knew more than what I was telling, and that he was going to he could arrest me for accessory after the fact. So we end up doing. He wanted me to get on a tape recording and tell him what he wanted me to tell him. So which I did. After that, he was like, they wouldn't bother me anymore. I thought they wouldn't bother me anymore. They were still calling and texting my mom, asking for me. I refused to talk so many times. And yeah, I haven't really talked to them ever since then, since 2019.
This wasn't just any witness. This is the first person Melly allegedly called after the murders. So of course the detectives were gonna come to you and they looking for a follow-up. If you then asks her a question that, in my opinion, exposes the biggest contradiction of them all. If you have an outstanding warrant and you avoiding the police and law enforcement is actively looking for you, why come on a public platform like this to tell your side?
Because I just want people to know that I'm not running because of like any money or anything like that. It's because I don't want to go to jail for something that I did. I don't want to go to jail for something that I didn't do or something that I'm not a part of. I just feel like people's looking at my side of this. They're looking at me wrong, and that's not what it's. What they're showing is not true, basically.
You want to clear the record. So you file this complaint against Mark Moretti.
Yes.
What are you hoping happens there?
I hope the judge can lift the warrant off me, and I don't mind coming in to talk. I never mind coming in to talk. Me and my lawyer tried to go in to talk on so many occasions, but I was always starting with, if I don't tell them what I want to hear, what they want to hear, I'm gonna go to jail. So it's like, I never went to jail before, so that's my main concern right
The
now.
reason she didn't show up to court is because she wanted to be done with the situation. She told them that the only way she would come is if her warrant get lifted. But I'm trying to understand, what would that have to change though? Like, what would that have to change? Because the original statement was already given. The screenshots of Melly threatening you was already turned over to the police. Like, your mama had already did that. So the timeline was already established. So I'm trying to figure out what would have changed if they had just lifted the warrant. And let's not forget, she underage at the time. So the police weren't just talking to you randomly. Your mother was the person who initially went to the police out of fear of her daughter's life. So this is something what parents do. Like, that's just me. I feel like that would be the right thing for a parent to do in a case like that, especially a mother. So when Mariah keeps saying that this was harassment, I don't see that. I just see investigators following up with a witness tied directly to a case that a murder where you the person that got the first call doing the double homicide. But blame your mama for that. Blame your mama. That's what led to your warrant. That's what led to the warrant. That's what led to the ankle monitor. And now, if you ask me, when it get to this point right here, you really don't even just have a choice. You don't got no choice whatsoever. And in my mind, I kind of feel like, considering the situation that she in, she really the most dangerous witness in this entire case, besides her mama. Like, her and her mama, they are the two most dangerous people in this case. Like, this whole thing, the murder trial, the witness case, all of it. If they can get this girl to cooperate, ain't no telling. Like, cause doing this interview right here, she made it clear a few times that she was scared. So I give her the benefit of the doubt on that. Like, part of you, like I said in my other videos, you ain't showing up because you don't. Not only do you not know what the turnout is gonna be for you being charged with accessory, you don't know what the turnout might be as far as just your safety and your mama's safety when all this stuff is said and done or why it's going on. So I kind of get that, but it's still just, blame your mama, because she went to the police with this and she made it clear that you were the first person that Melly contacted. You were the first person. And I feel like Mariah, it ain't she know more than what she let off to try, like how she pretends. She know more. This interviewer know exactly what he doing. He know what he doing. He good. Because every question he asking her is really to box her into a corner. That's all it is. Either you gonna tell the truth or you just gotta start making up stuff. But it ain't no in between. And y'all will realize why I said that in a few minutes. Cause see, everything he asking her is based on what's already been put out about Melly and his relationship with Mariah. Period. And majority of the stuff that he asking, or majority of the stuff that's been put out as far as y'all relationship and what he asking you in this situation, your mama gave that over to the police. All y'all gotta do is go read that paperwork. So this dude that's interviewing her, he's sharp. He's sharp. And again, it was Felicia who showed the detective the screenshot of Melly threatening you. Your mama did that.
What was your relationship like with him?
We was good. Our relationship was good, but we had some bad times too. I wouldn't say we was always good. We had our differences, which any other couple had. But our relationship was good. We was like best friends. He'll tell me anything, I tell him anything. When I'm going through stuff, he'd be there for me. When he's going through stuff, I'd be there for him.
So when I hear Mariah sitting up here saying all this positive stuff, I'm not saying that Melly didn't have no good in him somewhere, because we all got some good in us. But for right now, as far as this situation, you just putting it on thick. You putting it on thick. Then she say something that kind of made me pause, because she say they told each other everything. Everything, right? This interviewer is really playing chess, not checkers. He asked her a very simple question right here. He said, have you been in contact with Melly since he been locked up? And I want y'all to pay very close attention to two things. Not just her answer, but her body language. Pay attention to her body language in the clip.
You guys currently talking at all, communicating?
No.
Is it because of what happened?
I honestly, it's not even just because of what happened. I just think, it just might not be the right time for us with the relationship part as of right now. So yeah, maybe we can come along in the meantime, or in the long run in the future. But as of right now, I'm trying to get myself together, and I know he have a lot going on. So it's like,
has he tried to reach out recently?
No.
Yeah, all right. I could be wrong, and y'all tell me in the comments if I'm reaching, if I'm wrong. But if I'm not mistaken, this interview came out right around the time Melly and Borland were charged with witness tampering. Might not be the same week span, the same month, but in that same window, closing out 2023, is the time when them boys got charged with witness tampering and when this interview came out. So for him to ask her that question right there, that wasn't random. That just me. That's just how I feel. I feel like that wasn't random at all. And the way she answered it just felt so off. If you know, you know. If you know, you know. And looking back in hindsight, this interview kind of wild. If you ask me, like, I'm gonna be real, this interview kind of wild, man. And she talking, but the visuals and what she's showing and her body language it just saying something else. It's saying something else. He asked her if she believed that Borland was closer to Melly than Sack and Juvie, and whether Borland was capable of committing a crime like that.
Would you say that Melly's relationship with Cortland Henry was closer than it was with Sack Chaser and Juvie?
No, I wouldn't say that, no.
Do you think that he is capable of killing Sack Chaser and Juvie, Henry?
I don't think so.
That's another question again. It just, man, this stuff that tell you that this interviewer came prepared. He came prepared because now you being forced to compare loyalty, relationships, and who might have been capable of what, and who would have done this and who would have done that, like all on record, like just, man, which is why right here is where you finna see this whole interview start to go left. This is the part that you've been waiting on in the video right here. Remember that night the murders happened? It was reported that Melly FaceTimed Mariah after it went down and he gave her the full rundown of what happened and where he was at. That's documented. And according to Felicia's statement to the detective, when the police arrived, Melly was nowhere to be found. And she told them that he was at Fredo Bain's house. This is not my word, man. This is what this lady told the detective. Now I want y'all to listen to Mariah explain how she found out about the murders and how she say everything happened. And I want y'all to watch her body language once again, because right here, she realized and she know she in the blender.
I want to get a little bit into what happened that night. The night that you found out, first let's just start from this. When you found out that they were killed, where were you and what was your reaction?
I was at home in Cocoa, and I was in shock. I was in disbelief. I didn't think it was true. I thought it wasn't true at all, until I actually came down there and found out about it.
Who told you, or how'd you find out?
Can you answer that question?
Well, the police are the ones that really told you the story.
Huh?
It was the police who told you about the incident, I think.
Right. Yeah.
So
yeah. So yeah. I found out through the police. Yeah.
They came to you and told you. And what was your reaction? Were you just shocked? Did you break down into tears? Did you say, what's happening?
Yeah, I was crying. I was terrified. I was scared. I was scared for everybody in the situation. Me and my mom went that way, and I couldn't, ever since that situation, I couldn't sleep for a few days. Like, I was just still in shock about the whole situation. So yeah.
Did you call Melly immediately and say, are you okay? Or did he call you?
I went down there immediately.
Went down where?
To Miami, because I live in Cocoa at the time.
Right.
So I went to Miami. Yeah.
But did you speak to him before you went down and said, I'm on my way? Or
No.
Did he say anything to you about the shootings?
No, he never talked to me about the shootings.
So there's been a lot of back and forth that he had communicated to you about it and said that he was in there, that it was a drive-by. Is that not true?
No. Wait a second. Mariah,
You see that? Like, hold up. This ain't what we rehearsed. She instantly froze up. She ain't know what version to go with. Which one? She ain't know which version to go with. And that's because the interviewer, man, he ain't playing. Like, everything he asked was already documented or brought up during trial. So this man ain't out of pocket. He on point. Watch how this lawyer try to spin it though and clean this up. And trust me, this is part one. Part two, it's gonna get way worse because we ain't even got on the mama yet.
Mariah's position, Jesse, is that, she was never told by either Melly or Portland about the incident itself. She did learn about it, but she never had any conversation with either of those two individuals about the actual incident, anything that happened that night. So the questions you're asking, I know everyone wants to know the answer to those questions, but I think that's what she's going to tell you, and no matter how many times you ask her that.
Well, I only asked her one time, so I'm just curious if she says she didn't know anything about it, she didn't speak to him. I mean, I'm sure Mariah can tell me that, but I'm just curious.
Okay. Well, I want her to tell you herself, but I don't want this to turn into an more.
Man, that interviewer was cooking. That's just me, man. He wasn't interrogating her he was just asking some real questions that anybody would ask if you line the paperwork up with the interview, point blank period. And that's what makes this so crazy to watch back now, because knowing all what we know today, man, and this is part one of a 2-part breakdown of this crime. Lord, I'm lost for words, man. This is part one of a 2-part breakdown of this law and crime interview. And in part two, we gonna line up Mariah's original statement, her mother's statement, and what was said during this interview side by side. And I want y'all to let me know what y'all think in the comments, man. Was our reason for not showing up to court justified? You know, did Detective Moretti go too far, or was he just doing his job? And after watching this interview, does her story make sense to you? That's what I want to know. And if you new here to the channel, if this your first time over here, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe, share, and comment down below, man, because part two gonna get interesting.
If she tells you she doesn't know, she doesn't know, and it's not going to help to try to get into the after conversations or any meetings that you may have had with either of the
Well,
two
I hope, Mariah, you don't think this is interrogation, but I will tell you, your lawyer did say that we could ask anything about the case, so I hope that this isn't a tension, but I just wanted to ask. If you don't want me to move on, I can definitely move on.
Concerning the night, with what I have going on with the situation, I don't feel comfortable speaking on the situation from that night.